Hi guys. In the last session, we saw two important questions: the apogee and the decline of Vijayanagara Empire, and the Amaranayaka system. Two important questions. One is of 8 marks, the other one is of 3 marks. Now we are getting into the next topic, that is, that important question: the capital and its environment. So environs. So Vijayanagara Empire का जो capital city है, और how the Vijayanagara Empire is its environment and how it looks like. So that's the question. Okay. So, like most capitals, Vijayanagara was characterized by distinctive physical layout and building structure. So question ये भी आ सकता है. Okay, what are the distinctive physical layout and building style of Vijayanagara Empire? ये keyword है. So we are going to see the physical layout and building style of Vijayanagara Empire, that is called environs. So before this is the this one, what is that, the map sketch of Vijayanagara Empire. See if you can see, Hampi is here, and this is the royal center, and this is the sacred center, and this is the urban core. So this royal center is the place where the kings and its people live, and urban core is the place where the people of all the everybody uh, all the civilians live, and sacred center is the place where religious monuments, temples are this one present. So these are the three important divisions of Vijayanagara Empire. Yeah, you can say three important physical layouts: urban center, urban core, royal center, and sacred center. So we will be studying about in this one we will be studying about royal center and urban core. Sacred center, yes, of course, in the next session we will see. Fine. Finding about the city. The large number of inscriptions of the kings and Vijay, it's the box, okay, left side. The large number of inscription kings Vijayanagara and Nayakas recording the donations to the temple as well as describing important events have been discovered. It's all several travelers visited the city and wrote about. Notable of some of the accounts are Italian trader called as निकोलो डी कोंडी. प्लीज सी ये कौन से कंट्री से आते हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, लिख के रख के याद कर लेना. लास्ट टाइम ऐसा एक क्वेश्चन आया था, नो फ्रॉम विच कंट्री बिलोंग्स, वन ऑफ द ट्रैवलर्स का नाम दे रखा था. सो निकोलो डी कोंडी is from Italian, is an Italian. An ambassador named Abdul Razak, another very important person coming from Persia. A merchant named Afghanasi Nikitin from Russia, of all whom visited the city in the 15th century. Those of Duarte Barbaso and Domenico Pius and Fernão Nunes from the Portugal, who came in 16th century. So three in 15th century and three in 16th century, and all these people came from Portugal. Duarte Barbaso and Domenico Pius, Fernão Nunes. These are the people came from Portugal in 16th century, whereas Abdul Razak, Nicola de Condi, and Afnasi Nikitin from Russia. So all these three people are from different countries. So they visited Vijayanagara Empire. So total 6 travelers came to Vijayanagara Empire, and they have recorded their own experience in the form of some accounts. Source 3, this is a sprawling city, very well developing city, written by Domenico Paes. He says that the city, or the size of this city, I cannot describe clearly because it cannot be seen from any one spot. It is a very big city, and he's talking about, no, it is as large as Rome and very beautiful inside and all that. Please read. So this source. The first striking characteristics of Vijayanagara Empire. विजयनगर एम्पायर का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स में फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है वाटर रिसोर्सेज. द मोस्ट स्ट्राइकिंग फीचर अबाउट द लोकेशन ऑफ विजयनगरा इज द natural basin formed by the river Tungabhadra, which flows in the north easterly direction. Underline this. विजयनगर एम्पायर के लिए ये नॉर्थ ईस्टर्ली डायरेक्शन में फ्लो होता है. Okay, so Tungabhadra river north easterly direction. So it is starting from from here flowing towards northeast direction of Vijayanagara Empire. So Vijayanagara, naturally water is available. The surrounding landscape is characterized by stunning granite hills that seem to form a girdle around the city. A number of streams flow down and all that. Leave that line, no problem. First line is important. In almost all cases, embankments, storage of water, were built. Dams, embankments means dams are built along these streams to create reservoirs of varying sizes. अलग-अलग size में reservoirs बनाए जाते हैं. This is the second point. Okay, and this is one of the most arid zones of peninsula. If you know, this is the Deccan Plateau है और यहाँ पे it is considered to be black soil area and arid zone. It is also very not so much this area is not a wetland, arid zone. Elaborate arrangements, so elaborate arrangements have to be made to store rainwater as well as some other water. So the most important such no, so rainwater को store करना बहुत जरूरी है. Such is the tank was built in the early years. So important was the tank was built in the early years of the 15th century, and now that called as Kamalapuram tank. First in 15th century a tank was constructed and to store water, that is Kamalapuram tank. Water from this tank not only irrigated fields nearby but also conducted through a channel to the royal center also. So even some channel, channel is taken. So this is the um, third point. Okay, third point about a Kamalapuram tank. One of the prominent water works have to be seen on the ruins of we can see there is a canal called Hiriya canal. जब उसको हम स्टडी करते हैं वेरी डैमेज्ड कैनाल, उसको देखते हुए हमें पता चलता है कि this canal drew water from the dam across through Tungabhadra river and irrigated the cultivated valley and separated and that separated the sacred center and urban core. This was the, so this is about talking about Hiriya canal was very able to cultivate a lot of areas especially between sacred center and urban core के बीच में, and that this was built by the kings of Sangama dynasty, and Sangama dynasty are the founder members if you remember, Sangamas, Saluvas, Tuluvas and Aravid. So this Hirial canal was found by Sangama dynasty, and it cultivated or irrigated the cultivated lands between the sacred center and urban center is the fourth point. So these are the 4 points you need to write in the long answer. Now describe the water resources available in the विजयनगर एम्पायर. एक शॉर्ट आंसर अलग से आ सकता है, तो आंसर आपका ये होना चाहिए. वाटर रिसोर्सेस रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेश्चन विजयनगर एम्पायर से आया तो यही आपका क्वेश्चन है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली, ये बहुत सारे सैम्पल पेपर में मैंने क्वेश्चन देखा था. सी characteristics of Vijayanagara Empire as a capital. So 8 marker में water resource, fortification and roads, like that you can put the heading and write at least 2 to 3 points. But if a separate question comes on water resources, ये अलग आंसर आपका हो गया. Now we are getting into fortifications and roads. Before we examine the different parts of the city, let us look what enclosed all this great fortress. Abdul Razak, an ambassador sent by the ruler of Persia to Calicut in 15th century, was greatly impressed by this fortification. ये आंसर नहीं है, ठीक है, लेकिन आपको 1 मार्कर में आ सकता है. तो फोर्टिफिकेशन को देख के बहुत ही ये मेस्मराइज्ड हो गए हैं और ये लिख रहे हैं कि इनके सोर्स से हमें पता चलता है दिस encircled not only the city but also its agricultural hinterland and forests. तो इनका जो फोर्टिफिकेशन है, जो बाउंड्री लाइन बनाने का, बाउंड्री वॉल बनाने का जो आइडिया है, ये नॉट ओनली जस्ट फोर्ट्स एंड द सिटीज बट आल्सो द फॉरेस्ट एंड द एग्रीकल्चर लैंड. सो दैट मेड हिम टू गेट अमेज्ड. द आउटर मोस्ट वॉल लिंक द हिल्स. द आउटर मोस्ट वॉल जो है वो हिल को जाके लिंक करता है सराउंडिंग सिटी. द मैसिव masonry construction was slightly tapered and no mortar or cement agent was employed. Only stone blocks were, well, all the walls were not with the cement or everything but with the wall only they constructed all this, and that made him to get surprised. And square and rectangular bastions projected outwards, so they were making lot of square or rectangular color thing, stone like structure projecting outward defending the city. So this is the first point that you need to write. So this is the key sentence. This encircled not only the city but also its agricultural hinterland and forests. So that is very important. बाकी स्टोन से बनाया है सब, आप लिखो नहीं लिखो चलेगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बट दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. And what was the most significant about this fortification is that it enclosed the agricultural tracks. अब्दुल रज़ाक को ये बहुत ही सरप्राइज, मतलब वो इसको बहुत ही देख के सरप्राइज हुए, क्योंकि कोई भी अगर आप किंगडम को लोगे, वो किंगडम जो बाउंड्री वॉल बनाता है, केवल वो सिटी को और अपना जो फोर्ट को ही प्रोटेक्ट करने की कोशिश करते हैं. बट हियर दे आर इंक्लूडिंग इवन द एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड एंड फॉरेस्ट. That made him too. That's the most significant question can come. What is the most significant about the fortification? Because it included even agricultural tracts. Abdul Razak noted that between the first and the second and third walls are the cultivated fields, gardens, and houses. एक के बाद एक field, garden, and house सब है. And another person called we told Domenico Baez, he observed from this first circuit until you enter the city, there is a great distance in which are the fields which in which they sow rice and have many gardens and even much water, in which water comes from the two lakes and all that. He also says that city और लास्ट बाउंड्री वॉल के बीच में आप इतने सारे चीजें देखेंगे फील्ड और जिसमें राइस एंड मेनी गार्डन्स है, एंड दैट अनदर पर्सन टेलिंग दिस. These settlements have been, corroborated by present day archaeologists who have found that even evidence of, तो उन्होंने सही बोला है कि नहीं बोला वो पता करने के लिए हमारे हिस्टोरियन आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट ने एक्सकेवेट किया, तो पता चला कि यहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड थे बिटवीन द सेक्रेट सेंटर अर्बन कोर के बीच में. they were able to see the agricultural field. The track was serviced by the elaborate canal system. It was helped by the canal system drawing water from Tungabhadra river. We studied about this Hirial canal bringing water from Tungabhadra river into the even sacred center and royal center. We studied in the previous line. So this is what surprised the visitors. Now the question in between the fortification, हम fortification एक क्वेश्चन पढ़ रहे हैं, एक लॉन्ग आंसर पढ़ रहे हैं. fortification एक सेपरेट लॉन्ग आंसर में आ सकता है. हम fortification और रोड्स लॉन्ग आंसर में एक और शॉर्ट आंसर उसमें आ सकता है, वो है कि यही क्वेश्चन फॉर्म कर दिया. Why do you think the agricultural tracks were incorporated within the fortified area? आपको क्या लगता है क्यों किया होगा? Because the main objective of the objective of middle sieges मतलब कॉन्कर करना, के मतलब डिफीट करके किसी को कब्जा करना. द मिडिवियल सीजेस जो है उनका जो मेन मकसद ये होता है वाज टू स्टार्व द डिफेंडर्स इनटू सबमिशन. बाहर आके अपना टेंट लगा देगा एनिमी, और अंदर वालों को उनको भूखा मारने के लिए कोशिश कर, मतलब अंदर बाहर से कुछ अंदर जाने के लिए अलाउ नहीं करोगे, तो बाहर से अनाज लेके कैसे जाएंगे? अनाज नहीं है तो अंदर वाले क्या करेंगे? भूखे मर जाएंगे. ये जो भी अटैक करता है उसका एक थिंकिंग होता है, लेकिन ये विजयनगर एम्पायर्स ने ये थिंकिंग को पहले से समझ लिया था, और उसके हिसाब से इन्होंने बाउंड्री वॉल बना के एग्रीकल्चरल फील्ड को भी अंदर रख दिया, ताकि those time the hard time when they are attacked by the enemies invaders, वो कभी भूखे नहीं मरे, मतलब they will not starve and die. They can cultivate, cut their crops, and they can eat their meal at least. So this sieges could last for several months, sometimes even years. Normally the rulers tried to be prepared for such situation by building the large granaries within the, यही होता है granaries बना के रखते हैं. The rulers of Vijayanagara adopted more expensive and elaborate strategy of protecting the agriculture belt itself. कुछ समझ में आ गया आंसर? ये है कि हमेशा उनका ऑब्जेक्ट ये रहता है कि उनको स्टार्व से मारे, मतलब सरेंडर करने की ये लोग फोर्स करते हैं. लेकिन इससे बचने के लिए नॉर्मली रूलर्स क्या करते हैं? ग्रेनरी, बड़ा बड़ा ग्रेनरीज बना के उससे बचने की कोशिश करते हैं. लेकिन विजयनगर रूलर्स कुछ और एक स्टेप आगे जाके सोचे, और उन्होंने एक एक्सपेंसिव एलाबोरेट स्ट्रैटेजी, वो है कि एग्रीकल्चरल बेल्ट को फोर्टिफाइड एरिया के अंदर रखें, ताकि हम ऐसे चीजों से. द सेकेंड लाइन ऑफ फोर्टिफिकेशन वेंट अराउंड इनर कोर एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड that is fine. Okay, the fort was entered through the well guarded gates which linked the city to the major roads, and gateways were distinctive of architectural features. Gateway में sculptures सब बनाए गए थे, okay, for defined structures which regulated the access. The arcs were, the arch on the gateway into the fortified was domed. Okay, dome, वो हर एक उसमें डॉम रखा हुआ था. There may be a picture you can see, this one. Okay, नहीं है. So Even this no the entrance will have dome. The entrance will have dome. See, if you can see here the gateway in the fortification wall. So left side 7.6 figure mein up the dome. So this is the gateway, and this has got a even dome there. So this is how they protected their area. So yes, I don't think so much. There are many other things to be noted. Fortification के लिए इतना लिखोगे तो बहुत बहुत काफी है. Okay, don't worry about the urban core. Moving along the roads leading into the urban core, there is a relative, relatively little archaeological evidence of the houses ordinary people. Urban core में जाएंगे तो आपको even the ordinary people का कुछ evidence मिलेंगे. Archaeologists have found that Chinese porcelain, precious semi-stone, some areas including northeastern corner and urban core में पता है ये बताता है कि there have been some rich traders वहाँ पे रहे होंगे. Urban core में rich traders भी रहे होंगे. This was also a Muslim residential quarter also, because the mosques located there, we can, by the mosque that is located, we can say Muslim people also lived there very happily. And it seems that even the mandapas, temples, and ये भी वहाँ पे, so people of all religion lived very happily in the urban core. This is how the 16th century Portuguese traveler Barbosa described the houses of ordinary people, which have not survived today. The other houses, the other houses of these people are thatched, not nonetheless will be built. That are poor people, they were lived out, but not the houses were not survived even today. So many temples and shrines were also founded. Mosque also found, excavated. It means that all the communities lived, with each other in peace and harmony. That is the meaning. That is the thing about a urban core. So that is we are just taking a small topic in this lesson, in this session. That is we have discussed one long answer में अगर लेंगे the characteristics of Vijayanagara Empire, and you have to discuss about the water resources, you have to talk about the fortifications, you have to talk about the urban core. If a question separately comes about water resources, then you have to talk about water resources, and you need to discuss about this, about Tungabhadra river से वो Kamalapuram tank and Hiria canal and all that. Fortification, yes, Abdul Razak is very much mesmerized with this, and he says, I'm surprised to see it includes even the agricultural land and forest and all that. Then they, why it is like that, that is also you have to explain. So with this, no, we wind up this small and short session. In the next session, we will study about royal center and sacred centers. Royal centers and the sacred centers, and these are the two important questions. The rest, okay, we can just quickly see to them. In the next session, we will see the royal center and the sacred center. With that, we can call this lesson as an end. So please, all of you study. We have almost completed half of the lesson. This is enough for this session. Till we meet in the next time, all of you take care. Bye bye.